Hello, everyone. Good day. I hope you're doing fine. Thank you so much for joining us from all around the world. It's my honor to be hosting you today. I'm Fatima, the training coordinator from TESOL TalentHut Academy. I would like to thank dear Seema to moderate the session today. It's my pleasure to introduce our dear trainer, Farah Rizvi. She is an experienced English language teacher and teacher trainer with more than 10 years in the field. She holds a master's in TESOL and is a CELTA certified teacher. Over the years, she has taught in different contexts, mentored teachers, led workshops, and presented at international conferences. Her focus is on using technology in teaching, creating engaging lessons, and helping teachers become true facilitators of learning. We are very honored to have her today. Before we begin, let's review the rules once again together. Please keep your microphones muted during the session to avoid any background noise. You can keep your webcams on during the session to make it more engaging. If you have any questions, please note them down to ask them at the end of the session in Q&A part. And if you like, you can share your thoughts and comments in the chat box. Without further ado, let's begin. Dear Farah, the floor is yours.
Thank you, everyone. As Fatimi has told you earlier, I am Farah Rizvi from Pakistan. I am a CELTA certified English language teacher and learner. If you are thinking taking this course, CELTA course, you are right. You are right now at at the right place. Um, in this webinar, I'll be sharing my experiences, tips, and insight to help you pass this course with flying colors. Let's start the course. First, we'll talk about the objective of the course. When you will complete the webinar, you will be able to understand the CELTA structure, build familiarity with the key teaching terminologies you are going to hear by your tutors, refresh essential grammar and phonology concepts, learn to manage time, stress, and workload effectively. You will be able to discover useful resources for pre-course preparation. Let's start with what is CELTA. CELTA is a certificate in teaching English to speakers of other languages. Means you are not going to teach native speakers over here, and you are uh, teaching to adults. Mean you are not going to teach children over here. You are going to teach non-native speakers, learners above 16 class. A practical, globally recognized level 5 teaching qualification. CELTA is a teaching qualification. It is not academic qualification. Whatever you learn in your academic qualification, teaching qualification helps you to use or apply that knowledge in your practical teaching life. So it is a level 5 teaching qualification. After this, you will have just Delta for language teachers, which is level 7. And it is globally recognized. It is accepted everywhere around the world. And one more thing, it is a practical course. You are not going to talk about just methodologies and theories. You are going to apply those theories and methodologies in real life situation. CELTA includes input sessions, teaching practices, observations, and assignments. What are the core expectations for CELTA trainees? You are expected that you will attend all sessions and participate actively. You will be open to feedback and you will be willing to improve, prepare lessons and assignments on time, as time management is very important when you are doing CELTA. You will work respectfully and collaboratively with your peers, and you will maintain professionalism with your students. What CELTA trainee should know about language? As a CELTA trainee, you should be aware of the basic grammar, like you should be aware of parts of speech and their types in detail. You should be aware of tenses, the usage of different tenses, How to teach meaning, form, and pronunciation. Whatever lesson plan you are going to deliver, you are going to clarify the language through meaning, form, and pronunciation. Common learner errors and correction techniques. You should know what are the common error learners of English language learners and how to correct them and when to correct them. Phonology basic like sounds, stress, intonation, language functions like apology, like invitation, request, apology, understanding accuracy versus fluency practices. Accuracy focuses on rules and regulation, while fluency focuses on communication. So when to focus on accuracy and when to focus on fluency, it should be very important to know for CELTA training. Let's discuss CELTA syllabus. CELTA syllabus has five main components. Number one, learners and teachers and learning context. This component of CELTA syllabus deals with learners, their background, their age, their motivation, their needs, their learning style, their prior knowledge, and everything. Language analysis and awareness is the second most important component of CELTA syllabus. It talks about a deep awareness of the language and awareness of your learner errors and how to address those errors. Language skills is the third most important component of CELTA syllabus, and it deals with, we know we are having four basic skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking, focusing on fluency and accuracy. Planning and resources for different teaching contexts. You know that after receiving CELTA certificate, you will be recognized as a globally certified teacher. It means you are going to teach learners of different contexts, belong to different culture. So you should know this part of CELTA component prepare you for planning and use of the resources effectively. Uh, Developing teaching skills and professionalism. This is the fifth most important part of CELTA component. And this part or this component is designed to prepare you as a reflective practitioner as you are receiving feedback by your tutor and by your peer, and even you are doing your own self evaluation after every TP. Uh, let's talk about the key terminologies of CELTA you are going to hear on daily basis by your tutors. CCQ. CCQ stands for concept checking questions. Okay. When you deliver a concept in the classroom, instead of asking, have you understood? Did you get me? You are going to ask CCQ. For example, you have taught them present perfect continuous. Instead of asking, have you grasped the concept, you should give them a sentence like, I have been teaching English since 2009. And you can ask a CCQ like, am I still a teacher? If they give you answer in yes, it means they have grasped the concept. If they give you answer in no, it means you need to revise the concept again. ICQ, instruction checking questions. ICQ means students understand what to do. Uh, ICQ are important. They important because you instead of repeating the instructions again and again in the classroom, you should ask ICQs to avoid any confusion. Like if you have assigned them a task to do in group, you can ask them ICQ, are you going to work alone or in a group? Then MFP. MFP stand for meaning, form, and pronunciation, and it is important because I told you earlier, whatever you are going to teach, you are going to clarify the language through meaning, form, and pronunciation. Receptive skills. Receptive skills mean reading and listening. Receptive skills cycle, when you are delivering a lesson of receptive skill, you are going to follow a pet cycle. Like you are going to assign a task, they will do it individually, then they will discuss it in pair, then they are going to discuss it with the whole class. Productive skills mean speaking and writing. Eliciting, It is very important key terminology when you will do CELTA, you will listen it. Eliciting mean you are not going to tell everything to your student. You are going to ask through questions or through pictures. TTT, teacher's talk time. This haunts you. Even after my last TP, it was still in my action points. Reduce TTT and increase STT, student talk time. BOR, if you are teaching online, BOR stands for breakout rooms. You are sending your students for peer discussion in breakout rooms. WCFP stands for whole class feedback. When you are assigning a task, they will do it individually. They discuss the task in breakout rooms. Then you will have whole class feedback. Solo mean individual. You are doing the task alone.
Dear Farah, there is a question. What does ICQ stand for?
Instruction checking question.
Instruction checking question. Thank
Yes.
you.
Here is a mini task for you. Uh, Please, who is going to give me the answer? You can unmute yourself and be with me.
May
Can you?
I? May I?
Yes,
I
yes.
guess it's ICQ since we are checking if our students have understood our instruction.
Okay, you are very right, Fatimi. Let's another mini CELTA task. Okay, read it and give me the answer.
Would you please read the question? And then you can name also people who join you.
Yes. Which of the following is an example of eliciting? Teacher tells student the rule. Teacher shows a picture and asks, what is he doing? Teacher gives the written rule on the board.
People are typing B. Dr. Nurhan, mm, Mehnaz, Aloboni, Alobon, Graceful, Farhad, Muhammad, Masuma, Dennis, Iram. Everyone is typing B. Nadia has raised her hand. I guess she wants to explain something.
So it means you have grabbed the concept.
Yeah. I guess Nadia wants to explain something. She has raised her hand.
Okay, Nadia, you can unmute yourself, Nadia.
Okay, she typed her answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the next slide, course structure and assessment criteria. We know that we are having four main parts in course structure of CELTA: input sessions, teaching practices, written assignments, and observations. Input sessions include teaching theories, demos by the tutors, and teaching technology methods. Okay, teaching practices, you are going to teach real students and you are going to receive written assignments. They are short, but they are very focused. Observations, watching and observing experienced teachers. You are going to watch the videos of experienced teachers and you are going to learn through the techniques used in actions. So, the most important thing over here is input sessions and observations are not graded. Teaching practices and written assignments are graded. But input sessions and observations are very important, but because whatever you are going to learn in these two sessions, like input sessions and by watching um, observe by watching experienced teachers of videos, whatever you are going to learn, you are going to apply that knowledge in your teaching practices and in your written assignments. So here One more mini CELTA task for all of you. Which two parts of the structure are graded? A, B, C. Anyone? I need volunteer. Unmute. Yes. B. Written assignments and
Some of the
teaching
people have
practices.
raised hands.
Okay. Please give me the answer. Share your answer with me.
Ma'am, I think it's C, written assignment and teaching practices, because these
Yes.
are the two components of CELTA course that receive formal grades, like written assignment and teaching practice.
Yes, you are very right. Thank you. Let's discuss these four components in details. Input sessions. In those input sessions, you will talk about, or you will be taught about lesson planning frameworks. For example, test teach test lesson plan, test based presentation, test lesson plan. You test the prior knowledge of the student, then you build on your teaching on that, and again you take a test in order to check whether they have grasped or not. Text based presentation is basically used for teaching lexis and vocabulary. You present a language through text, and then error corrections, CCQs, ICQs, receptive skills lesson plan, and productive skill lesson plans. Phonology, pronunciation techniques, all these things are taught to you in detail by your tutors, and some of them are presented and some of them are taught through demos. And then here you can see teaching practices, the most important part of CELTA structure. You can see this picture, real classroom, and I have shared with you the feedback I have received from my tutor. So teaching practices, you teach from the very first week, okay, and you receive feedback after every lesson by your tutor. And when you complete your lesson, you must have to write your self evaluation immediately. Then contain 45 minutes, and it means that you are going to teach 6 hour, 6 assessed hour. 4 TPs to self-deliver. 4 TPs will be delivered to A1 and A2 students, and 4 TPs will be delivered to B1 and B2 students. It depends whether you teach first to B1, B2 students, and you are in your second उसमें you teach to A1 or A2 students. One important thing, like first 4 TPs will be assessed by one tutor, and the last 4 TPs will be assessed by the other tutors. It means you will be assessed by the two tutors in your CELTA teaching practices. Okay, let's move on. Fast improvement through reflection. Of you are going to receive feedback by your tutor. You are going to do your own self evaluation. You are going to receive feedback by your peer as well, and you have been given action points even in your lesson framework feedback, and you are going to work on those action plan in order to make your next TP more effective. One more, one tutor can teach six trainees in one group. Okay, here is my group with my tutor Christina, and this is the feedback I received in my last TP. Lesson planning frameworks, very important. They are the core of CELTA, and you can see this is the heart of CELTA lesson planning. So here I am sharing with you different lesson planning shapes. These shapes are important: test-based presentation of language, test-teach presentation of test-teach test presentation of language, presentation, practice, production, receptive skills, productive skills, and productive skills speaking too. These six are different shapes. Okay, you choose the shape according to the unit you are going to teach. For example, if you are going to teach Lexis, you can pick text-based presentation, test, teach, test, and PPP. If you are going to teach grammar, you can pick test based and presentation, practice, production, lesson framework. If you are going to teach functions, you can take test, teach, test, and you can take presentation, practice, productions, lesson framework. It means that you are going to teach grammar, function, lexis, and skills in your teaching practices during CELTA. You can opt first three for uh, according to the unit you are going to teach, and last three will be for receptive and productive skills when you are going to deliver. Presentation, practice, and production. This is the most common and friendly lesson plan is used in ESL environment everywhere, because in presentation, practice, and production lesson framework, you present the language, then you give practice of that language, like you are offering them two control practices. One will be 60-40 teacher student ratio, and the second control practice will be 40-60 teacher student ratio. When students feel more comfortable when they receive the language in presentation stage, they get practice at practice stage, and then they feel comfortable at production stage when they are going to produce the language. And one more important thing, like during CELTA, elements of each lesson plan shape is the same. Like every lesson shape has stage, aim, procedure, material, interaction pattern, time, and anticipated problem. But staging for each lesson shape is different. Let's one more mini CELTA task. Which stage of PPP, presentation, practice, production lesson, does this describe? A student practice the target language in a control gap fill exercise, ABC.
Dear Farah, would you please go back? There is a request. Would you please explain the first three ones again?
Test-based presentation of language,
Thank you.
test, teach, test, presentation of language, and presentation, practice, and production. These are three lesson frameworks. Test-based presentation of language mean you are, if you are going to teach vocabulary and if you are going to teach grammar, you are going to pick this lesson plan. Okay, in they are having you present language or vocabulary through a text, and then you follow this pattern. Test teach test presentation of language, in which you design a diagnostic test to check the prior knowledge of the student, and then you know what do they know and what they do not know, and you build on your teaching on what they do not know. When you will teach them, you will design another test to check whether they have grasped the concept or not. Presentation, practice, and production stage, three P's. Presentation stage, you present the language, teacher present the language. Practice stage, two control practices are given to your student. One will be 60-40 ratio, like teacher role will be 60% and student role will be 40%. Second control practice, like 40 and 60, teacher will be 40% and student will do the 60% task. And then at production stage, students are going to produce the language. Shall I move on?
Yes, thank you.
Mini CELTA task. Which stage of a PPT lesson does this describe? A, B, C.
Ma'am, I think it's B, practice, because a control careful exercise is a classic example of the practice stage in a PPP lesson.
Yes. Thank you. Language analysis of blocking vocabulary. Okay, anyone can share what could be the blocking vocabulary? Why I am not talking about difficult words? Why I am talking about blocking vocabulary?
May I?
Yes.
So I think blocking words are the ones that hinder understanding the text. They prevent students from comprehending the text. There might be some difficult words, but if students don't get them, there is no problem. They still can answer the questions. But blocking words don't let them understand what the text is about and how they answer the questions.
You are very right, Fatimi. You have made my work easier. These words block comprehension. Okay, we are picking the blocking words when we are going to teach, because clarification of language is important part of staging in every lesson framework. So how are you going to clarify the language? You are going to pick the word or the phrase, then you are going to give the form of it, like parts of speech. Then you will talk about its pronunciation, like how to write it in phonetic transcription, stress, intonation, connected speech. Then you are going to talk about its meaning, its dictionary definition of the term with reference to your context. Eliciting, you are not going to tell them directly, you are going to ask through questions or pictures. Checking the meaning, you have delivered the concept, now you are going to design CCQs to check whether they have grasped the concept or not. Anticipated problems and solution with MFP. You are going to think about the problems a student may face when he is going to learn the meaning, form, and pronunciation of this word. And believe me, when you are going to do this much analysis of the language, you will rock in the classroom. Let me, I'm sharing with you. This is the language analysis of one word. I have pegged blocking word. Okay, I have picked from my own lesson plan, and this is the most hectic part of CELTA lesson plan. Like if you are delivering a lesson and you have picked 4 or 5 blocking words, you are going to do this much analysis of every word. Like I have picked the word glance, then I give its form, its pronunciation, its dictionary meaning. I give the sentence as well, then how to elicit this word, CCQs for this words, and then anticipated problem a learner may face while understanding the meaning, form, and pronunciation. One more mini CELTA task, stating that past continuous is used for an action happening at a specific moment in the past. Refer to which clarification area, meaning, form, or pronunciation. Like in this statement, you are going to clear meaning or form, or you are going to talk about pronunciation. Yes, B.
Ma'am, I think answer is A, meaning, because explaining when or why when we use a tense is a clarification of meaning.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think it's a clarification of meaning.
Okay.
It focuses on form. These are the language structures.
Yes.
Ah,
Anyone
okay.
else?
Continuous. Okay.
Everybody is saying it's meaning. Yes, it is meaning because you are talking about the concept. You are not talking about its structure. Written assignments. The third most important structure of CELTA. Uh, these written assignments are not academic essays. Okay, these are reflective essays. Includes 4 assignments. Assignment number 1, FOL, focus on learner. LRT, language related tasks, meaning, form, and pronunciation. LSRT, language related to skill related language skill related tasks. You are going to talk about skills in this assignment: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Assignment number 4, LFC, lessons from classroom. In this assignment, you will talk about your. This is basically a reflective assignment, because in this assignment you will talk about your strength and weaknesses you will receive through your teaching practices, and then you will talk about um, techniques you have learned in your input sessions and in your by watching the videos of experienced teachers, and you will talk about your CELTA plan as future CELTA plan as well. I have shared with you two assignments criteria with you, and how do you receive feedback by your teacher. Some of the assignments are marked by one tutor, and some of the assignments are marked by both tutors. One more CELTA, mini CELTA task. Which assignment requires analyzing meaning, form, and pronunciation? Language related tasks or language skill related tasks? Which assignment talks about meaning, form, and pronunciation? I'm waiting. Sumaya, Sartahir,
Ma'am,
Aisha.
I think it's A, language related task, because the CELTA assignment where we must analyze meaning, form, and pronunciation.
Yes, it's a LRT, language related task. Because I told you earlier that clarification of language is everywhere. It is in assignments and it is in teaching practices. Okay, one more task. Which assignment focuses on gist and detailed comprehension task? Gist and detailed comprehension task, language skill related task or language related task? Just mean overall idea of the text. I'm waiting.
Uh, Iram says language skill related task.
Yes, Fatmi, you are, as usual, you are very right. Then
It wasn't
how?
my answer. It was Iram Malik's answer.
Okay, thank you, Adam. How to manage classroom when you are delivering your teaching practices? Giving instructions, use ICQs. Do not repeat your instructions. Error correction techniques, use error correction techniques, and do not, when you are giving control practices, you are talking about the structure. When you are focusing on accuracy, do not teach them immediately, but do correct them immediately. But when you are teaching fluency, focus is on communication. Do not give them immediate correction. So accuracy needs immediate correction. Fluency needs delayed error correction. Eliciting, not telling. Please do not tell anything in the classroom directly. Always try to elicit through questions or by using picture. You should be able to manage pair work and group work, because nothing is done individually in your teaching practices when you are delivering in CELTA. Building rapport. You should have good rapport with your students, like you should have good, healthy, positive, respectful relationship with your students. You need to cater the needs of the students. It is very important. Tips for success. Okay. Read about teaching early. Start reading these books. You definitely, if you are going to read these books earlier, it is going to decrease your workload when CELTA course will be introduced. Watch CELTA demo lessons on YouTube. There are many lessons on YouTube you can watch in order to know how to deliver your teaching practices. Practice explaining grammar simply. You should be able to know the grammar, parts of speech, tenses, the difference between the two tenses, but you should be able to explain all these things in a simple and plain language. Great, your language. You know that I told you earlier that you are going to teach two different level. Like you are going to teach A1 and A2 students, and you are going to teach B1 and B2 students. It is not that difficult to teach B1 and B2 students, but when you are going to teach A1 and A2 students, it becomes a little bit tricky because they are the basic learners and they do not know English. English is not their first language. So you are going to use simple and plain language which is understandable for them. Sometime during your TPs to A1 and A2 student, you need to get scripted. Stay organized. Do your tasks on time. Time is very important because will share your schedule on the very first day. So you don't have time to waste. If you will not complete your task on time, it will increase stress level. Reduce TTT. It is very important because TTT means teacher's talk time. Reduce teacher's talk time and increase student talk time. STT and TTT is very important. And when you will reduce your TTT, your lesson will be more student centered and it will be less teacher centered, and a student will participate in the classroom more than the teacher. Communicative focus. Communicative focus in CELTA is very important when we talk about fluency. Like communicative focus mean give them reason to speak. Whenever you are going to assign a task to them at fluency, to check their fluency, you should give them the reason. For example, you are giving a task them to speak, you can ask them, okay, you are going to talk about the similarities and differences between the two. It means that you are giving them reason to speak. So communicative focus is very important. You need to focus on your fluency. It means in your fear practice, like whatever you are going to teach in your teaching practices, it is having two aim. One aim is like if you are teaching, if you are delivering reading lesson, so receptive skill, but every teaching practices is having one sub aim, that is always productive. You are going to speak or you are going to write in your fear practice stage. And communicative focus is very important when you are on fear practice stage. You are giving them a task to speak it, and you should give them a reason to do that task. Teaching practices lead you towards pass A and pass B and pass. You are having three grades in CELTA. Whether you pass it, you get pass B and you get pass A. You did not, the fail ratio is very rare because the entry test of CELTA is very tricky and very tedious, like you can say. And you are going to do a task of pre-CELTA tasks of, I believe it consists of 50 tasks, the 50 different tasks before your official CELTA classes starts. Then I want to share helpful resources. Grammar for English language teachers. I told you earlier that you should be have knowledge of deep grammar. Practical English usage. Start reading Michael Swan. Learning teaching. Scrivener is very important. You can take help from CELTA Handbook, Peter Watson, and you can watch YouTube channel, Cambridge English Teaching channel, in order to reduce your workload. Reflection task. Okay, now you know the syllabus of CELTA, you know the structure of CELTA. All of you will unmute your mic, or you can write down in chat as well. Uh, just reflect, think about what skill will you need most on CELTA.
Um, I wanted to thank you for the informative session. Dear Farah, there is a fact about me. I already knew about CCQs and ICQs, but once in a while I forget to use them in the class. And when I face a problem, when I don't ask ICQs or CCQs, then I will face a problem in the class, and then it takes a lot of time for me to clarify it for the students. I was thinking if I always had those CCQs and ICQs in the class, I would save a lot of time, and my students will feel more confident because the lesson would seem more clear and clarified to them.
Yes, you are very right, Fatmi. And they are going to be your best friend in your teaching practices, whether you are doing CELTA or you are going to apply these ICQs and CCQs in your daily life classrooms. Okay,
Thank you. Uh,
anyone
Ni-
else?
Nida has raised her hand.
Okay, the skill I'll need most on CELTA, I think classroom management, lesson planning, clear instruction, teaching grammar and vocabulary, and monitoring learners and reflecting on lessons. And the area I want to improve are teaching methodology like PPP, guided discovery, analyzing meaning, form, and pronunciation, classroom language, and lesson planning speed.
Okay. Anyone else? You can share your answer in chat if you don't want to speak.
Masuma has written lesson planning, clear objectives, uh, structured PPP or TTT lessons. We didn't have TTT lessons, right? We had reducing TTT.
TTT, yes, test, teach, test.
On. Okay,
T,
okay, I got it. I got it. Classroom management, managing time, TTT vs STT balance, dealing with mixed abilities.
yes, it is very important to learn TTT and STT balance.
Farah, if people wanted to sign up for this test, how should they do that?
Uh, there's an entry test. Okay. First, you will pass that entry test, and then you will have an interview with the CELTA assessor or expert Cambridge trainers. 45 minutes interview will be done, in which they are going to ask you different question about your expertise in language, classroom management, and even I have been asked to write an essay in 10 minutes.
Writing the essay during the interview.
Yes. And if you will,
Honestly,
yes, when I asked them, matlab, the failure ratio in CELTA is very low, like 0.5%. They told it to me that the uh, selection for CELTA trainee is too rigorous. So we do not select a person to do CELTA, which we think who cannot pass.
I see. And how, there is a question, how much does this test cost? I guess it's a course. You have to pass the course, and then at the end of the course, they verify you,
Like
right?
£1,600 is the fee for this course.
Yeah. And there are formative assessments for people, for participants, and how much it cost all in all.
£1,600.
Mhm. And where can our dear members register if they would like to take part in this course? Can you introduce any websites?
Yes, you can contact with, like in Pakistan, you can do it in ICT and from Crescent Model Higher Secondary School. They are the Cambridge certified uh, institute where you can get enrolled, and get these practices, teaching courses. ICD and Crescent Model Higher Secondary School in Pakistan, they are Cambridge registered institutions. Like in every country, you will have international houses, and you can do the certification through international houses. They are Cambridge registered.
I see. And I guess there are two versions of this course. You can pass the course on site and also online. Which one do you recommend?
Mm, yes, you can do it hybrid. Like I did it half of the course as online and half of the course as physical. My tutors came to Pakistan, and half of the course is done. Like I delivered first four TPs and did two assignments online. I taught to Turkish students. I did
Which
it
is one?
through International House of Izmir.
Are there any courses that they are fully online?
Uh, this is what I don't know. Like, but I think a hybrid, like four, half will be online and half will be physical. This is the most feasible approach to do CELTA. If you are doing it physical, like 1 month course in any institution, it will be more hectic. I
I
think
see.
so. It's the stress level will be more. It will be
Uh, the,
overwhelmed.
the on-site one is more intense, so
Yes,
people have less time to study and get prepared. I get it.
yes.
All right. So, are there any more questions, dear participants? Feel free to ask.
Let me first discuss with you the fun facts about CELTA. Okay, fact number one. During CELTA, you will take more tea and coffee than ever before. I gained or put off, I think, 2 or 3 kg because stress eating is when you are in stress, you eat or you take more tea and coffee. Your tutor will say at least 100 times to reduce tea. CELTA trainees and printers have a love-hate relationship. Like you cannot avoid each other, but you don't want to be together. The first time you teach, your hands shake more than your students. You start analyzing every sentence your friends say for grammar errors. The phrase more student talking time haunts you even in your dreams. So I'm ready for question answer session.
Okay, very funny. Thank you so much. I guess I'm already taking too much coffee and tea because as English teachers, we have different classes back to back. We have to move on from one to the next one. So Mohammed has raised his hand. Dear Mohammed, the floor is yours. You can ask your question.
Thanks a lot for this wonderful webinar. And I really, I'm afraid of taking CELTA. I've already have an experience of 35 years. So taking in consideration that your hands will be shaking more than the students, I don't know, after these long years of experience, would that be really the thing that is going to happen even with this long experience? I'm really, I'm teaching different strands, different in the common first year in King Saud University, and and there are different, types of teaching. English for academic purposes, English for specific purposes, as well as general English. Would you say that could happen to me? Because some of my colleagues think that it would, it would add to my experience if I have a CELTA certificate. I already have a master's degree in linguistics as well as English language teaching from University of Leeds. Thanks.
Yes, sir, I think so. You are having your academic qualification, and CELTA provides you how to apply your knowledge of Masters in Linguistics in your teaching practices. CELTA is basically a set pattern. You are given criteria. If you adapt that, how early you are going to adapt that criteria, you are going to excel in CELTA. It is a certain pattern. You need to follow the pattern. If you will follow their pattern, you will not be in trouble. It is just adaptability. How early you are adaptable with the rules and regulations you are given to follow.
Hmm.
They
And I
are
think part of
they are
the oh, go ahead, go ahead.
like you have been given certain criteria. You need to get tick on those criteria if you want to get pass in CELTA. So this is just an adaptability. You know how to teach in the classroom, but how to teach in classroom when you are delivering teaching practices for CELTA, this is different from your classroom.
Yeah. Dear Farah, I haven't taken part in CELTA course, but from what I gather, I feel like that level of stress comes with the fear of judgment. Maybe it's difficult for us to be in the center of attention and then receiving a lot of feedback from our peers and our trainers. And sometimes we would like to show our best. So knowing that we have made some mistakes may make us feel a little bit stressed out. So I think if someone comes with many years of experience, they can handle the situation way better. And another thing that crosses my mind is that I believe it depends on how flexible and open minded we are. So, if we are ready to learn new things, put away the old things that we have already known about, and then apply the new methods and ideas in the classroom. So, I think we can do it well, you know, maybe
Yes.
less stressed out.
Yes, you are very right. And if you are ready to learn and flexible for learning, you are going to accept the feedback of your tutors and your peer open-heartedly, open-mindedly. Definitely, it will reduce the stress level.
Yeah, definitely. So Denise has a question, but before that, we have another question from Oluwatobi, one of our dedicated members. I always see his name among us. So he said, would you advise on individuals who never taught English language to other speakers of other languages, but would love to teach English to other speakers of other languages, begin his or her journey with CELTA?
Yes, you can do CELTA, and it will definitely give you experience of teaching non-native speakers, and it will give you experience of dealing different cultures, and you are going to start with very good through CELTA. You can do it.
Farah, what are the privileges, the advantages of having a CELTA certificate? Let's say CELTA.
You will be recognized, globally certified. It is accepted everywhere. Like I can teach in UK in any language institution now. I'm globally certified English language teacher. I
So,
cannot teach in schools over there because in teaching schools I need PG set as well. But I can teach any language institution in UK now and all around the world. It is accepted all around the world. Globally certified certification. That is
uh,
why it is too expensive
thank
and
you.
too
Thank
rigorous.
Dennis, the floor is yours.
Thank you. My question could be a little general given my location. Now, I've come across quite a number of adverts on teaching around the world, but in most of these adverts, they look for native speakers. Now, when I look at the course cost, for me, a Kenyan, I would find it quite on the higher end. Now, my question is, would you advise someone like me to take up that course, well aware that I am not a native speaker and I may still have the challenge of getting out there, given the fact that even here in my country, there is still competition. Most of our international schools have they prefer employing people from mostly Britain. Those are our English language teachers. More so the most advanced international schools in the country. But for some startups, they're the ones that look for the Kenyan teachers. But as time goes on, they also end up maybe becoming as assistant teachers or basically being erased, and then those who are given the first priority, the native speakers, take up these positions. So what would be your advice for me taking up this CELTA course?
Like, you are practicing all these things earlier, but these academic qualification and teaching qualification, they are the gateways. Like, if it is written in your CV that you are CELTA certified, everybody will know that you can teach globally. You are having teaching experience to different student of different culture and different contexts. So I think so. These degrees and qualifications are the gateway to let you enter into any system. If you are going out of your country, definitely it is going to help you if you get this teaching certifications.
May I have my own opinion? I just want to check my understanding with you. I'm a non-native speaker and I teach English. I believe there are two areas that we have to work on. Part of it is teaching, the art of teaching, and the other one is our general English. So when we have to compete with native speakers, we are talking about general English. Providing that we have a good grasp of English and we can speak English fluently and accurately, then having CELTA can help us to compete with non-native speakers where the art of teaching is a criterion. So just, being a non-native speaker doesn't mean that they can teach. They can just speak English very well. But if we only have CELTA and we can't speak English very well, then we can only teach. In order to teach English, I guess we have to improve our general English too. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So dear Dennis, I don't know exactly the context in Kenya, but I think you shouldn't worry about competing with non-native speakers as long as you are hardworking and you have perseverance. You try to improve yourself. You can get the jobs. Having CELTA, I guess, can show that you are qualified enough as a teacher.
Okay, thank you. I get that.
You're welcome. So any more questions? No more questions? All right. Thank you so much. Our next webinar will be in 7 or 10 days upcoming. So I'm going to share a link with you after this session. If you want to receive certificates, do not forget to fill in the form and answer the questions. I hope I can see you all very soon. Have fun and bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, yes, Dennis.
Okay, sorry. Now this question goes to Mr. Hussein.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you created a group for the Kenyan people, and after that, there was no further instruction. So I don't know whether I was supposed to be forwarding the links to the other group or whether they are part and parcel of the main group. Because like last time, I realized that some of them attended, but they did not have the link to fill in for the certificates. That's why I had to get back to you to get clarity on that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dennis. My primary objective is to gather all the teachers around the world and to share the knowledge through the training. It was my primary aim, but later on, I have created few groups on the basis of country. The secondary aim was to create the group with the countries was, I thought if we had 1,000+ members, then it would be quite tough for us to organize this training in a single platform. So I thought that if the many members or more members in future join, then we can organize the training on the basis of country. Still, there are some countries where there are not a good number of teachers have joined, but few countries like Pakistan, India, Nigeria. So we have a good number of teachers who have joined on those countries. Now we have selected some country ambassadors to share this link with those groups. But unfortunately, some country ambassadors are not active during our training time. So we sometimes fail to provide the link to others. Hopefully, we will recover this communication gap in the future with the help of our training management.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And Iram, do you have a question?